Now, if you've had a recent psychedelic experience or plan on having one, let's talk about experience versus interpretation. Now, an experience happens before words, right? It's raw, immediate, undeniable. There is a sensation, presence, emotion, or a collapse of separation with certain medicines, and that's it. Then interpretation comes afterwards. It comes when the mind arrives and says, oh, this means something. What I saw explains reality. This is who I am now because I've seen this or had this experience. And the problem is in interpretation, it's confusing interpretation with the experience itself. And what I mean by that is, under practices like meditation, breath work, 5-MeO-DMT, people often experience this profound sense of unity. No inside, no outside, no observer and observed, just what is. And then when the mind returns, it starts translating that experience into language. Everything is consciousness. I am God. There is no self. And these statements aren't wrong, but they're just maps, not territory. They can lead us to these things. And so the experience didn't say those things, though. The mind did. The ego or programming interpret them as such. And this is where my work tends to differ. I don't teach metaphysics. I teach how to live without mistaking yourself for your conditioning. Because the real question isn't what reality is made of. What's the nature of reality? Fun question, especially in these experiences, but is whether you still believe every thought you think, or whether your body still reacts automatically, or whether old patterns still run your relationships. How do you use that to embody this into your day-to-day life? Because when interpretation becomes identity, we stop being curious. We defend conclusions instead of staying present. And we replace direct knowing with belief. And so integration isn't about holding the right explanation. It's about noticing how these experiences change how you listen, how you respond, how you meet fear, conflict, and uncertainty. And so you don't need to agree on what reality is to notice when you're less reactive, more available, more compassionate, right? And again, experience points, interpretation describes, but embodiment shows up in how you live. And so if an experience is real, it doesn't need to be protected by belief. You'll know it by how it quietly changes you. And that's important. So many people have these experiences. They may take in this information, but the ego, the programming, is what is interpreting that information. And from my standpoint, it's more, how do we embody that?